What you doing, Stanley? 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 You carrying around, Stanley? You standing around, Stanley? What you doing? Should I just open the door and let you out? Is that what you want? I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it, Stanley. You cannot make me, Stanley. It's your cuteness. Get it, meow meow. Get it, meow meow. He is fish fidgety. He's gonna start rip-raring through the house. Oh, Stanley. Whew, there he goes. There's spirits in this place. I saw the shadow of one of them this morning after I got out of the shower. Yeah. I was like, hey, how's it going? Welcome. No flash photography, please. Because I have to get out of the shower. You just take pictures with your mind and take it on with you into another dimension. Your vibrational frequency. Yeah. Yeah, he sees, animals are way more receptive to frequencies and energies than human beings are. He's such a cool cat, man. Alright, let's get this talk going. Oh, better put it away before my mother confiscates my coat. No, the neighbor dog's in the yard. She just I just saw her, she came in. She's skittish. Even if I took one of the dogs out right now, she'd run off. She's just a puppy. I don't know how old she is. She's not very old. She's a good girl. She's not violent or anything like that. She's pretty passive. Mine are just old and crabby. Look how adorable Tucker is. Oh my gosh. The whole world should see this. The whole world. My whole world. My little tiny little... Look, he's running up the wall. Stanley's in the corner. Get it, Stanley. There's a Tucker over here, my little old man. Then we got Benno. It's their nap time. And then we got Luna. Say hi, Mom. Then we got Luna Tickle. She jumps up here. She said, I got the shortest legs, but I jumped the farthest. And I'm the prettiest lady that you know. Just kiss it to me. I love it to give me those kisses. I love giving her those kisses. She's just a pretty lady. Goodest girl in the world. Yes. Okay. There he goes. Zoom. He's got the zoomies. Okay, let's do this. Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Heoke empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. I'm highly caffeinated right now. I had one cup of coffee, and I had to go walk it off because I'm like, and also I know it's also like my life force Kundalini energy is just being flooded, right? I'm just like, world doesn't know it. Only those that watch Ben David spin space weather nude space observers. 2 days ago, the whole planet freaking was almost just knocked back to the dark ages 2 days ago. And how many people don't know that happened? They're just new, going on, living the best version of their lives. Or on the other side of that coin, we're seeing people's mental capacities dissolve, their psychologies dissolve before us. 10 people shot last night. The guy's still running around, basking in his self-appointed glory. Everybody can have one. Not everybody's guaranteed a place to live in this life, being born on this earth. But everybody has the right to have a gun. It's weird to me. And anyway, live it up. Self-will and riot, that's freedom. There's a lot of freedom in the world right now. People don't have the discipline to not. So we're going to see more consequences. Anyway, I've had a good morning. I've been up since the butt crack of dawn. And went out this morning, walked up to the store, met a man. Salso, I think. I'm going to have to ask that one a few times and write it down and repeat myself. And Anyway, I actually got a picture of him because I was taking pictures this morning. I take pictures of the world, and that's how Mom gets out. And I got some really cool ones because there was a thick cover of ice. So the sun coming through it, it was all luminous. That was from yesterday. No, that was from this morning. That was the cover of the thumbnail today because there's ice all covered it. Ice and thorns. That was kind of cool, I thought. So, that was this morning. Just out in the front by the stream. I was trying to run into Michael, the psycho, and then this I thought was cool because see how the water is passing the water. You got ice. That's alchemy right there. That is alchemy. That is alchemy in a nature way. You got a solid from a liquid. That is as simple as that. So that was kind of cool, and I got more. I got I called it a river feather. That was just ice that collected from the water. From the bridge I was standing on this morning. And then there he is. Enter character. Character in the new world. He's opening the cupboards. Stanley opens the cupboards. He likes to open the cupboards. He always has ever since I've had him. I got him when he was like a 10. He opens drawers too because they're portals. Should I talk about portals now? They're portals, and he's. I don't know. It's like is it an entrance or an exit portal, Stanley? I posted a picture yesterday. When I was a little girl, this is how I thought like timelines were stacked. I'm talking 2-3 years old. I was thinking like this. When you lined up mirrors like that, right? I'd freak myself out. I get myself work out like in a very fearful state because I would imagine spirits and entities and whatnot, whatever, hurtling through these, and for every mirror, that's a timeline. That's a reality. That's a potential for how things can go, like. Which one is the one I win the lottery, huh? Which one's that? And then I used to freak myself out because I'd see in my mind's eye, I'd see spirits like coming around the corner, but I would slam the mirror closed so he could never get out. I had a very wild imagination when I was a kid. So that was yesterday too. The sun. It used to be yellow. So, this is a picture I saw. Look at this. If it's not mixed up Satan, I posted this on Twitter. I'm like, dude, he seriously has the arms up, the Baphomet crap. Now I can delete it because I showed it. I was going to talk about that yesterday too, and I didn't. I posted that on Facebook. It got like over. I looked at it this morning. I'm not big on social media, so I got my first what it feels like to be like, wow. I got that dopamine hit. Look at all the people that accept me in society. I posted, I said, got it for my 16th birthday from my friend Nicole. It was made by a street artist in San Francisco. 32 years and 5 states later, didn't keep much, kept this. 370 people looked at that. That's nice. Someone said, it's right here. I got it right here. I don't wear it anymore because it's freaking dissolving practically, but the art is still, that's freaking rad. Thanks, Nicole. I still got it. Anyway, I put it on a Calvin and Hobbes page and they all liked it. So, Salzo. When I went on my walk this morning, I decided I took a really hot shower. Decided I'm gonna walk up to the market. We're so blessed, Ma. God just always puts us right where we need to be, and then He gives us whatever we need. And we don't need much, but like I go up to the store today. I'll get to that part. I'm jumping ahead. So I was kind of hoping to run into the fella, Michael, the psychotherapist, but he wasn't out this morning, so everything's divine timing. So I opted to go up to the store, and I was standing on the bridge, and Salzo walks up. And he doesn't have any teeth. He doesn't have any teeth in his mouth at all, right? And so I look at his little leg, his little dancing leg. His little fatty tumors in it. God bless you, Tucker. I love you so much. Every day of your life. And so he said, I work at the market. I said, right on. He said, I've been there 12 years. I was like, cool. Wow, that's a long time. People don't have longevity like that. That should be commended. He said, the first 6 years they gave me a cup of coffee every day. That's how they pay. He goes up there and he takes all the garbage out. And then the market's connected to a tavern. So when he went in this morning, he comes out with all the... I'm like, oh, he takes care of the garbage of it. So he's maintaining the property, 2 properties, okay? And he's been there 12 years. The first 6 years that he was there, they gave him a cup of coffee every day. And occasionally they'll give him an expired sandwich, right? He showed up for 6 years and said, okay, go, I'm going to take out your garbage. I'm going to make sure the place is nice. And he stays there all day, right? Because people are pigs. People are fucking dirty pigs because they have that mentality. Oh, someone else will pick it up? Well, I'm talking about the people that pick it up and how they don't get their fair share in life, but they put so much goodness out in the world, right? That's his purpose. He gave himself a purpose. The world didn't appoint one to him. He gave himself a purpose to go up and make a place better than it was before he got there, right? Cup of coffee every day, man's there doing his being of service every day. So now, now he's been there 12 years. So now he gets $30 a week. You got people making $30 a fucking hour for sitting there on their ass doing jack shit. Don't do anything to contribute to society. Don't do nothing to make nothing better. Just stuffing their face and drinking their sodas and just, ordering from their fucking Amazon and watching their Netflix and doing everything that, to make them feel good. And then they can tell everyone, I do everything I want. I'm living the best version of my life and never doing nothing for nobody else. While you got these people that just have drive and ambition and they got moxie, they got initiative. They don't got to be told to do something. They just do it. $30 a week. And so I walk in. I say, you know what? I say you need representation, sir. I said so I walked in. And I don't know the girl's name. I found out today, birthday. I don't know her name, but her birthday's March 21st. She's right on the cusp. Pisces, Aries. I'm like, you're full spectrum. I say, so yeah. I say, I get that. I'm full spectrum too. And she's like, she's like, it's funny you bring it up because I was gonna look up my birth chart last week, but you got to pay for everything now. I said, no, not on Astro Cafe. It's still free there. And then this is what you do. You freaking you put all your stuff in your birth time. You gotta have your birth time. It's very useful. Have your birth time, and you put all that stuff in, and then you take screenshots. Take screenshots of your charts, your significant conjunctions, things like that, aspects, hard and soft, and then listen to astrology. And when something rings the bell, look it up. Oh yeah, okay, all right. Well, that could explain why, I'm feeling this way and that way and stuff like that. And, but I'm standing there looking at her and I'm thinking, and we're having a conversation. I'm like, I bought this. I said, I don't do everything. I said, well, life is about balance. It's about, enjoying yourself in moderation, but not going too crazy. I said, I like drinking blue stuff. I know that blue things, the dye and things like that, they're not good for me. I know that. It doesn't matter. I like drinking blue stuff, so I'm not going to let it over, I'm not letting the whole world taking out the joy out of stuff that I like. It's just everything in moderation. And so I was telling her, it was funny, we were talking about, I said, because she said before that they can get items, you just got to request it, And they got a big old 8-pound bag of Epsom salt. Which to me is, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so happy. How do you have Epsom salt? Because it's just a little tiny market, right? She said that the skiers, the skiers request it. I'm like, well, ordinarily I'm not really a big of a fan on a freaking percentage of the population that would rather freaking go down on a couple of sticks, whee, go on a chair, go back up the hill, whee, and do that, and they just travel around and do that, and they don't fucking ever do anything for anybody else either. So that they're just like a percentage of population that is a pretentiousness that I'm not in alignment with. People do what they want, that's fine. I don't really care how people live their lives. There are consequences to being a freaking self-serving human being, and more people are going to start seeing that. They're going to start feeling, they're going to start getting, that's what Marge is talking about. That's what she means. Oh shit. Yeah, whatever. So I'm sitting there talking to her, and she's standing behind the counter. We're having a conversation before she got spit, and she has a pair of jeans on. This is my fit today. I got my, I had green shoes on, but I took them off there because they're about the back door because I walked through mud. So I'm standing there. She just, and I'm looking at her. I'm a little bit more flashy on the bottom part, but she has jeans on, and she has a t-shirt on with moon on it and like moon cycles. She's into all this stuff. She was selling that she shares a lot of that stuff that I'm into online. Well, I looked up, she is an Aries. April 21st is an Aries. I couldn't remember if it was still, when it switches over, but she's the Aries. She's right on the cusp. And she had a t-shirt on with the long sleeve on under it. And she had headphones on. And I was just cracking up because she's just a different aspect of me. You know what I mean? We're all just different aspects of one another. And I've noticed, I like people that are different than me. Because being around people that are just like me reinforces what I already know, which is nice for the ego. Although being a spiritual being, having a human experience, we are here to intend to have experiences. And the experiences that I like to have are the ones that I can learn from. And I'm more inclined to learn from people that are the opposite from me. I understand more about myself when I'm around people that are just like me. But understanding about the human experience, opposites teach me more. Everybody has a place. Everybody has a purpose. But you got people that just go around. They want to freaking just be surrounded by people that are just like them. I just think that they marry somebody that's just like them. It's like, dude, you're doing yourself. That's just weird to me. But teach his own, man. Teach his own. I've been shallow in my life. Anyway, what else was I going to talk about? So I thought that, so when I walked up to her, I was like, I said, I'm going to represent Salzo. I said, whenever his contract is up for renegotiation, I'm going to represent him. Maybe he could get, maybe he could get $20. I mean, the guy, he wouldn't even know what to do with it because he just goes to work every day. That's what his purpose is. That's what his drive. That's what his pattern is. It's just what he knows. But he won't. He's the guy who won't even complain. So I was like, hey, maybe we're related. So we might be related. Mom was born around here. My Jessica song's playing in my ear. So I accidentally took this picture of him this morning. So if you see the guy, so maybe instead of putting a tip in the jar for the freaking hourly employees behind the counter, maybe put it in his hand every now and again. Somebody. See, I just say stuff how I'd like to see the world go, and then maybe maybe someone will be like, I put the words out there. I put those out there, and then maybe, someone will see the guy picking up garbage and give him $10. Hell, maybe the next time I go to the store, that person will be me, and then someone will be like, oh my God, I can tip that man. I didn't even think about that. But the things that people don't think about is what could give us heaven on earth. I really wish people would stop just doing what they're told. I was listening to a talk yesterday, and it was by an Aries. Where was that? I think it was on Philip Not Philip. He looks like a Philip to me. Robert Phoenix. I think it was on his tube, and he was talking to a lady who used the Rife machine for healing. And I got healing frequencies I got on my laptop. Same technology, same principles. It's just healing through frequency. And she was talking about how I don't like that song right now. What was she talking about? I can't remember. Oh, maybe was that it? Was she talking about people that can't? I don't know, but nope, it's gone. Something else I thought about this morning when I was brushing my teeth that people don't think about. Toxicity. Like, just saying words starts from electricity, right? Like, your heart beats in a frequency, and that frequency dials into your brain and what your brain is willing to receive. And then people are just, like, constantly looking for their that like frequency. So they're looking for things externally that match their frequency inside, right? Like attracts like. You got all these weird people doing all this weird, like doing this weird stuff, but a lot of people don't even recognize the level of freaking seediness human beings are. It's really gross. Just ask an ER nurse or doctor, with all the people, they come in with, like, these dudes come in with that. Warren Beatty did that. He had to go to the hospital because people like sticking stuff in their butt orifices because it feels good a certain kind of way to them. And then they get stuck, and then they got to go have somebody pull it out. It's a whole percentage of the population that live on that planet, I'm sure everybody knows somebody who's done it. I don't. Maybe. I don't know. You'd be surprised what people are into. I'm not into freaking weird stuff. I'm not into... See, I can't... Life force cooling the energy. You meditate. There is no sexual encounter. There's no physical encounter. There is no drug on this planet that I've ever taken. There's no, synthetic or otherwise, that has ever freaking matched the goodness that the human body can receive on its own. So why bother? Why bother? People do. But I was thinking about when I was brushing this teeth, because I've noticed that I work on my I got anger issues. What people tell me you got anger. Why are you so mad? And I'm like, well, you got some time. I make a lot of videos. You want to sit down and listen to them. I tell people why, so I don't perpetually stay in that vibe. I let stuff out. I get stuff out so I don't stay angry. But I have been angry in my life before, and toxicity comes out of your body, man. Comes out of your gums. Think about I every now and again I'll have a temper tantrum. I'll flash. I'll just blah. I can't handle my life anymore the way I freaking just have a tantrum. There's no other word for it. So I do that. Like the next day, I got the worst taste in my mouth. And I've noticed this throughout the years. There's been a few significant times where I've thrown a doozy of a tantrum. I don't hit nothing. I don't break nothing. I don't throw something. I got emotional control. I just freaking but I've noticed a direct correlation between the toxicity in me, in which I'm spewing, with my negativity, with my negative words, my negative thought process, my all of it collective, my whole ecosystem, in a negative place. I notice about what a nasty taste it leaves in my mouth. And so I will look at people. It's like, that toxicity, and people don't brush their teeth. They don't take care of their teeth. They don't do it. I'm not really big. I haven't been in the dentist in 6 years. She just said a perfect smile. And hell, I never would have even got braces if the pretty girls, when I went to school when I was young, the pretty girls said, the best looking people have straight teeth. So I was like, I was my early, maybe a pretty girl would think I'm worth dating if I had a nice smile. So when I worked at Creighton University, My demographic never got like the perks that everyone else gets, you know. I didn't get like my insurance didn't cover dentist, you know, braces for a 38-year-old female. Didn't do that. No, if I had a kid, the kid could get braces, but me, no. F you. You're paying it all out of pocket. So $4,000 later, you know, they take them off. I had them on. I didn't have them on for very much, like a year and a half. These teeth are back here, and honestly, I kind of miss how it was before, but my smile before, but I don't hate it. I actually looked at having top surgery done. I'm not transgender. I don't have any desire to be a man. There aren't enough good examples of the fucking male species for me to want to be that. So I'm good in my own skin. When I was younger, I was less comfortable in my own skin. I lived outside externally more. I would imagine all the things that my life wasn't. I just spend it imagining what I wanted it to be. Now I just live in a life that I accept. And I don't got to be nothing else or nobody else but me. That's a good place to be. So I called today's talk accountability. I'm here. These are keywords I'm hearing a lot of different astrology talks. A lot of different people are talking accountability. So I want to go ahead and call this talk accountability, and we'll see. We'll see if people are stepping. Accountability to me is when I know I did something. Like when you did something to somebody and it's shitty, you know what you did. It was shitty. You know, we got too many people on this planet going around navigating. They don't care. Everybody, how they feel is their problem. Doesn't mean that you can freaking intentionally do stuff to make people feel bad. I'm talking to me too. So on those occasions, if there's something that's just, God, man, I really wish I wouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that, yada, yada, yada. You can go back and make that right and have a conversation with that person and let them know that you recognize what you did is not the person that you want to be. The only thing is, with accountability, you got to make that right. That bad taste that you leave in their mouth, you got to take out. So what are people willing to be like, you know what? I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make that right. That wrong that I did, what is it can I do to make that right? People aren't willing to do that. People want to get away with murder in this society. They're doing it every day. That 6-year-old kid, I've talked about this in my talks, man. It's not people got spirits. They got attachments in them. They're just some evil, wicked people from birth. Not everybody was born great, I don't think. And that kid has some freaking attachment to him. He freaking told other teachers, I read Run Report, where he was telling other class how he wanted to light his teacher on fire. 6 years old. Kids are more cognizant and more aware. They're grown-ups in soul sacks in smaller versions. And you know what's trippy to me? Is it Oven by himself, or is this shit that he's getting from his parents? Little parrot. And then he shot his teacher. 6 years old, but everybody can have a gun. Everybody can. Just because everybody can do something doesn't mean people should. That's what discipline and accountability comes in. But why be disciplined when you were the captain? I was that person. I used to do that a lot when I was drinking, and I pay attention. I'd be like, okay, I'm only going to drink 3 drinks. Now, granted, they're the tall boys. They're like 2 beers for 1 can. So basically 3 drinks is a 6-pack, right? But I'm only going to have 3, right? I wouldn't even get through the first one before my ego already kicked in and my thinking already changed. Now, I said I am only going to have 3 drinks. Would never even get through the first one before I'm telling myself, I'm a grown-ass adult. I can do what I want. I'm going to drink as much as I want. Here come the consequence. People do what you want. I don't care what people do. I used to love daydream. I used to freaking sloppy, falling down, messy human being of a drunk. I love day drinking. I wake up, I'd already be buzzed 10 o'clock in the morning, like 8 beers in. Start calling people, Do it on the weekends when I was in the military. If you do it right, you can get drunk twice in one day. These are not life aspirations that people should be having. None of that stuff will ever give us heaven on earth. You know, all that stuff was me for living for myself. Not ever thinking about other people and what I can do to make their lives more comfortable. Now, I live in a life of service. More so. And what that means is doing a lot of stuff that my ego would rather not have me do. But people aren't going to get help in this life if people don't get up and go out there and help people. So that's what I'm going to do. Story continues to unfold. So I was thinking about that today. You know, it's like, well, how can, you know, who are the frontline people that know who needs help? People at the grocery store. They know. But elderly people that are only buying, they know, they always come in, they see them buy cat food and dog food, but they don't buy food for themselves. You know, maybe some oatmeal, but they don't get it for themselves. That's because they don't have enough money. And they'd rather get food for their friends, their furry friends. And then they eat the food that their friends eat. See? You know, there's a lot of ways people can help. Everybody's just so busy living the best version of their lives with their little horsey blinders on because they don't want to feel bad. They don't want to feel bad. They live in a world where things are so crappy that society has turned their back on so many people. Well, welcome to society. You're part of it. That's all I got for now. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.